I think over the last 100 years, the PCA and the associated members have helped supply very vital building material in the industry for construction in the U.S. You know, concrete has a very dynamic properties and can be used in all kinds of applications. It's resilient, it's sustainable, it's energy efficient, so I think really we've contributed to the great growth of this nation.
Imagine, if you can, any major city, if suddenly there wasn't any concrete. What would it be made of? You couldn't have it. You couldn't build anything tall. You couldn't make a road that would last longer than 1 or 2 seasons of rain and snow, whatever. You couldn't do it.
PCA really has been so much to so many people over the past 100 years. It is an organization that has helped its members to persevere, to overcome tough times, to continue to promote what is really one of the greatest building materials known to mankind.
Well, I think the biggest thing that the PCA has done over the years has given us a voice in Washington, something that some years ago we didn't have.
I look at the advocacy that PCA has accomplished. I look at where they've come from. I look at how they've moved the needle. I look at how PCA has become a real player, both on Capitol Hill as well as with the credibility of information flow to the regulatory agencies.
And one thing that people don't realize with PCA, and of course we deal with that with them all the time, since I chair the committee of jurisdiction that deals with these things, you're talking about homes, you're talking about roads, you're talking about all the things that really drive people and their interests. Now, this isn't going to happen if you have one group saying one thing and another group saying another thing. You have to have professionals to do it. You guys have done a real good job. PCA has done a great job of unifying their message.
I represent the largest cement producing district in the United States. So for me, I want to make sure that we have policies here that will allow for and permit cement manufacturing and manufacturing more generally.
It's better off to have the industry speaking as one voice here. Portland Cement Association has been that voice for so many decades, 100 years now. And it's helped foster the development of other organizations, such as in the ready-mix side.
Well, I think anytime association can bring industry members together and get the strength that comes with numbers is always a positive thing. I think we collectively, we should be stronger than we are individually.
Well, PCA's role has been vital to the industry over the years. Certainly from an American Concrete Pavement Association perspective.
Certainly, I think the cement industry is the glue that holds the entire industry together. So it's prevalent in every form of concrete, so it's an instrumental part of what makes concrete what it is. And so, PCA's role in that process is they're the only industry group that spans across all of the different concrete segments. And so being able to pull the groups together and unify us when we have common issues, which we usually do, that's the role of PCA, to help provide that leadership to build that unity.
One of the things that we look to as far as our mission in the industry is to be a resource to the customer of the ready-mix producer, to the customer of the paving contractor. And it's been through PCA and PCA's cooperation that we've been able to do that.
The cement industry, probably more than any other, has worked to reduce its carbon footprint during the last 25 years.
Well, the message is very coherent. It's very consistent. So we have a really good story to tell from our manufacturing process. We've made great strides in energy efficiency. We have great information to share about the energy that we do use and how we've reduced that, how much more efficient we've become.
We are trying to reduce our environmental footprint here at Lafarge Holcim by adding other things to the cement, other cementitious materials like limestone, like ground granulated blast furnace slag, those things that have cementitious properties and allow us to reduce our carbon footprint.
Okay, so here at ASRock, at our Nazareth facility, we have a couple different initiatives in terms of sustainability. One is really moving away from the fossil fuels. We are converting our plant to natural gas starting January 2016. And we also are going to be burning alternative fuels, which means we replace part of our raw materials with the ashes resulting from these fuels. So by moving away from coal or petcoke, we're really improving our greenhouse gas emissions and our overall CO2 footprint.
I think we're extremely sustainable material, and our focus is trying to get people to focus on the larger picture, to understand that when you build something that will last for generations, for centuries, there's nothing more sustainable than that. And when you can do it with raw materials that are abundant everywhere on the earth, that's something that really has never been duplicated since the times of the Romans.
Well, I think just the nature of concrete makes it a sustainable building product because it lasts so long. I mean, we're talking about an industry here that's been 150 years here, and a lot of the products that we see are still in existence. In fact, today in the paper was a storyline on a product produced in New Jersey and a road that was built in 1912. So, we're not redoing construction. Buildings made out of concrete last for decades and into the 100 years, which is, just a key part of the sustainability.
In the early 20th century, concrete was a relatively unknown commodity, and it was through the development of the technology of how to use concrete that it became sort of a staple to the construction industry worldwide.
PCA has been key to really making cement and concrete an integral part of our everyday lives. Without the PCA, we wouldn't have a lot of the seminal research that was done originally with regard to strength and durability and how to design.
The MIT is definitely an effort by the industry to reduce its environmental footprint and become a more sustainable production process. The industry has made tremendous strides over the last few decades in energy efficiency and sustainability, and continues to invest in research. MIT Concrete Sustainability Hub is one of those areas that we are continuing to invest for the future of the industry.
I think a lot of the work that's been done through the MIT Concrete Sustainability Hub has made a very big impact. I think that's laid a very good groundwork for the future.
coming from MIT, we really have valued the support that PCA is bringing, not just from a monetary standpoint, but also in terms of the engagement that we get with the PCA members and also with those other stakeholders like departments of transportation and builders.
I think the need or the interest for resilient construction is finally starting to make sense to a lot of owners and families. I think when you see things like natural disasters such as fire, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, I think it's starting to really make sense to people that they need safe dwellings to live in.
Concrete is all about longevity, durability, and resilience. That's the idea of using concrete, that once you build something, you don't have to rebuild it constantly. So when you do that, the value of concrete is not only on the day that you finish your structure. The value concrete delivers is over a long period of time. That's why you're using concrete in the first place.
I think there's a desire to build better, more quality buildings and structures in our country, and we have the answer. We are touting and promoting resilience now. No one else can do that.
And I think continuing on this process of durability and of life cycle and how our products actually serve a good, long, purposeful use, our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren are going to be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor, not only in what we've done, but physically in being able to see what we've built.
PCA, above all, needs to maintain its standing as a center of knowledge and expertise. This is really what gives PCA its credibility in all the other areas that we serve.
Well, CTL Group, and through its ownership, PCA, I view them as a national asset. CTL Group, as a wholly owned subsidiary of PCA, has been instrumental from the very beginning in developing our understanding of the properties, the durability, the potential limits on the use of concrete.
Looking back at the major accomplishments of PCA, it was really recognized early on by the industry that an industry association could be a very important part of coordinating, standardizing, and improving the customer experience for the new product, Portland Cement.
The industry has moved a number of standards forward, really to help the acceptance of our product in the marketplace and help us to achieve some environmental initiatives.
PCA is the place where you can go to get the knowledge and expertise that you don't have within your own walls. PCA is an organization that can do the kinds of things that you, as a cement producer, for example, either can't do or choose not to do.
As a young engineer at 22, I remember attending a PCA conference on chemistry and introduction to the cement process.
The education programs have been at the heart of things we've been involved with and participated in, and I've always enjoyed getting to watch young employees in the industry brought into the fold and the opportunity for them, but also the opportunity for continued enhancement.
PCA is not going away. As long as there's an industry, as long as there's a need to have a center for knowledge and expertise, as long as there's a need for a forum for the exchange of ideas and information, as long as there's a need for a coordinating entity that can get all the aspects of the industry working together, and as long as there's a need for an organization that has the standing to stand up to the government regulations, to stand up to the legislator, to stand up to the market decider, somebody that has that standing, as long as those needs are there, there will be a PCA.